There was life before and now life with COVID. But that also means there will be life after COVID too. A life where we have adapted, where we have some normality back, and where the weather can once again take its rightful place as our primary topic of conversation. We are well on our way to reaching that destination. We're just not quite there yet. Today I'm announcing that the fully vaccinated Kiwis and other currently eligible travellers from Australia will be able to travel to New Zealand from 11:59 p.m. Sunday, 27 February. And instead of going into MIQ, we'll be able to self-isolate. In step 2, just 2 weeks later, fully vaccinated New Zealanders and other currently eligible travellers from the rest of the world will also be able to travel into New Zealand without going through MIQ. The 2 weeks between each of these steps has been requested by our public health advisors to give time for our systems to adjust for the likelihood of more cases in our community and for our border systems to keep scaling up in the safest way possible. While we will no longer require people to enter managed isolation, at this stage, travellers will be asked to follow broadly the same requirements we have in New Zealand for people who are deemed close contacts at the time of their travel. It's because as travellers, it is highly likely that they'll come in contact with the highly transmissible Omicron variant on their journey. In fact, you can see in our current numbers at the border, even with pre-departure testing in place. That means currently returning New Zealanders will need to self-isolate for 10 days. But as the isolation period drops for close contacts here in New Zealand, as it does in phase 2 of our Omicron response, so too will returnees only need to isolate for 7 days. It's easy to hear the word MIQ and immediately associate it with heartache. There is no question that for New Zealand, it has been one of the hardest parts of the pandemic. But the reason that it is right up there as one of the toughest things we have experienced is in part because large-scale loss of life is not. The anguish of MIQ has been real and heartbreaking, but the choice to use it undeniably saved lives.